In today's video, we are going to do a September garden tour, looking at mostly the David Austins, because that's what seems like the people that are viewing my videos right now are mostly interested in the David Austins. But I will let you know up front, there are not a whole lot of blooms on the shrubs right now. It is mid-September, kind of between the flushes, getting ready for a big fall flush, which I think will happen. Well, it'll probably happen while I'm out of town next week. But I'm hoping it happens after I come back. And we just had a small flush at the end of August. So this is a good video if you were looking at David Austins and wanted to see what the shrubs will look like. I really don't trim back or try and keep my shrubs smaller during the season. So this is kind of like their habitat after early spring pruning or planting, because the majority of my David Austins are, I think the majority are second year, but I have some first year and some that were second or third year that were given to me. So they're first year to me, but they were dug up as a second or third year shrub already in the Tennessee landscape. So we'll just kind of walk through the garden and see what we've got blooming, if anything. So let's go ahead and take a look. First one is my the Annick. I'm going to concentrate on the David Austins because people love David Austins, and most of my viewers are watching the David Austin videos. I'm deadheading as we go along. Yeah, so the Annick is getting ready to start having its fall flush. It struggled this summer more so than it did last year. I had a lot of black spot, but I had a lot of, I had gladiolas and a lot of stuff growing in and around it that I think encouraged that black spot. Same with my carding mill. I don't even know if I have anything growing. You can see I've got some buds here, but you can see this black spot too. And I just don't have time to go through all 250 roses that I have and remove all the black spot. But you can see I'm just starting to get a new shrub. But when I'm standing in front of a shrub with black spot, it's very hard for me to just ignore it. All right, let's see. Why is my gimbal weird? Okay, here we go. Let's see, what else do we got? David Austin. This is not David Austin, but can I just show you Parfuma Bliss? I just planted a second one right there, but oh my gosh. Parfuma Bliss, Cortis Rose, easily found in the U.S. Let's look at my Princess Charlene de Monaco. Oh, how about these Desdemonas, though? I have a second year Desdemona that's doing amazing. These I believe are second year, though I just planted them. My girlfriend gave it to me. So I just planted it in July, but she gave me 3 of them. I don't know why. Why would you not want the Desdemona? I got to keep my chin down because I look up and I see you're looking right up in my nose. But all right, Princess Charlene de Monaco. This one got massive. It was obviously too big just to go around the obelisk. So I had these super long canes, and so I put 2 other trellises to kind of support them. This winter, I will have to see what I want to do. I'll put some new support behind it. But again, this one did get a lot of black spot, but let's look at these clusters. It is getting to be that deeper orangey yellow color. Over the summer, they were always pale like this. But yeah, I've got quite a few buds on my Princess Charlene. Do I have anything else over here, David Austin wise? I don't think so. Let's keep, I do have one that doesn't bloom. We'll see what happens to my Gertrude. Gertrude is back there against the trellis and kind of coming forward. She bloomed so beautifully in the spring. I was like, oh my goodness, I just love her. Maybe this is her year. It's a second year David Austin. has not bloomed since. Not a single bud. I see all this new growth. I still don't see any buds on the end of it. These front ones are going straight up, but behind it, I did lean the canes horizontal. Yeah, nothing. All right, let's look. Oh, my Windermere. Windermere is between flushes. This one flushes nonstop. You can see I just have some spent blooms, but then look at this. I mean, they're just buds all over. This shrub is a super healthy David Austin. Overall, I think I call my David Austins my naked flowers because they have a hard time keeping their leaves in the summer months because they get so much black spot. But look at this one. This one has stayed like this all summer long. All right, here's a generous gardener, first year climber. It's bloomed inconsistently for me. You can see I did, try and, make the canes zigzag. But again, it's just first year, so we'll see what happens. And this one's my Strawberry Hill. Same, first year. It is starting to get more buds. Oh, if I come into the front, definitely some more blooms that I missed. They're finishing up. Okay, Princess Alexandra of Kent, another one that I called my naked, a naked David Austin. This never has leaves, but boy, the blooms still get really big, and now they're starting to get darker. Can you see this one? So they were really pale in the heat, but they are going to get this darker color, darker pink. And here's a bud. Now that it's warming up, or excuse me, now that it's cooling down. And it is actually starting to get a few leaves. We'll see. All right, Leonardo da Vinci, I don't think that one's a David Austin. I can't remember. I'll look at my tag. Litfield, Angel. Yeah, it hasn't done a whole lot, but the blooms did get nice and big. Oh, gosh, it's so bright out. Can you even see it? Here we go. But they, do have that pink spot, the rain spots, the botrytis. Jubilee Celebration, same. We did just miss an amazing flush of it. Yeah, it's on the outs. Another one that gets a little floppy and naked, and it's in the very front. So I don't know what I'll put in front of it. I think maybe I'll have to put some of these this little annual here, something really low to kind of cover its nakedness. This is my 2-year-old Desdemona. I mean, look, this is going to be amazing soon, but it is just blooms nonstop. And when it cools down, you start getting a little more pink tinge in the blooms. Wollerton Old Hall. I mean, here's the thing. I'm out of town, and these are all going to bloom while I'm out of town because that's pretty much standard. Astacia Vi, everyone says it's so healthy. Mine has really had a lot of black spot. I did cut this shrub halfway, and I am going to move it this winter, my Ansonia. But even the areas over here, which have more airflow, still get a lot of black spot. Yeah, I think as far as my David Austins, everything is kind of just missing the flush, but look at my sweet Mademoiselle, which is not a David Austin rose, but you see all these buds? It's so bright out. I don't think my phone is really getting the true colors. Boscobel. Now we did have our Rose Society meeting this weekend, so I did cut off some beautiful Boscabel blooms. There's a baby Boscabel. That's a first year from David Austin. I think it was an own root, and this is a second year, and this one might have been grafted. I can't remember, but it definitely got bigger faster. Elizabeth. I guess this will be a good video if you want to see how these shrubs kind of grow. I need to prune it better. I took out a lot of the center because everyone's like, oh, clear out the center. And then it just got really weird growing on the outsides. And then the center was empty, so I don't like that. So we'll have to see how I prune it back. Again, tons of buds. Elizabeth is a really strong bloomer. Over here's an Evelyn. Got some thrip damage over on this side. But let's see. Oh, let's see. Let's see if I make the shade. Get my nose out of there. Yeah, so let's see. Got some Evelyn. Also gets a ton of black spot. There are two of them here. You can see I've had to put the post there. They tend to grow into this driveway. You can see if I don't know if you can see down there how the roses tend to lean. It's south over there. So my roses tend to grow into the driveway. Let's see. Ooh, Earth Angel, not a David Austin, but it's so pretty. So I have two Earth Angels. Oh, it smells so good too. Oh, yes. Two Earth Angels right here. This is, one of them that I have to cut back. My rolled doll. It's another one that grows into the driveway. Let's see. Let me block this. The blooms are a little bit smaller right now, but there's still a lot of blooms, a lot of buds. Really healthy. It's bloomed all summer long. Claire Austin. Yeah, I can't really say that my David Austins are having a flush right now. Maybe at the end of the month. I hope it's not next week when I'm out of town. Apricot Candy is a really good one. These aren't David Austins, but they sure are pretty. Oh yeah, here's my Danahue. This was a first year. Tons of buds. Also, probably going to do a late flush. Back there is my first year. I think I just got this one in August, my Sharif Asma. Oh, and my Bring Me Sunshine. So this is humongous. People ask me about this one. It is so pretty, has tons of blooms, but look, it's massive. I put it up on a trellis. I'll trim it back to shrub length, because I don't necessarily want it as a climber, but it's tall. And I took out the Lark Ascending from next to it and put Abraham Darby. Oh, look at that. This is its first bloom since I moved it. Gorgeous. But yeah, my Lark Ascending was also massive growing up the trellis, and I wanted a pink rose there. And here's my Lady of Shalott. Mine doesn't do as well as other people's. We'll see. This is a second year one, and it's still, I don't know, it's still wimpy. All right, here is my Harlow Carr. Again, lots of buds. I did not like this last year because it was ugly and scrappy. It probably looked, like this big, like this little section here. But once it fills out, it was real pretty when it was covered in blooms. Okay, let's come over. All right, this beast right here is my Mill on the Floss, and it looks really gangly because I did cut a bunch of big, long stems back, but I let a few of them grow because they had buds on them. And yeah, I'll cut this back like deep. after it blooms. Same with that long one there. You can see I even had to support it over here. This is my mill on the floss, my Francis Mayond, not a David Austin. It's obviously a Mayond rose. Princess Charlene back there. Okay, right here I've got a little grouping. This is my Silas Marner. So you can see it's about, I don't know, 5 feet tall. Lots of blooms over and over and over and over and over again on the top. I mean, non-stop bloomer. I'm pretty sure that those peachy looking ones, I can't tell if that's the same or if that's another plant, but anyway, way back there, this is all Silas Marner. Sceptered Isle. I love this. The bees love it too. Again, lots of new buds. Getting ready for my fall flush. Wild Eve. This is one that every year I say I'm going to take out. And then I don't, because it really is terrible black spot. I mean, granted, it doesn't always have the zinnias around it because they're a summer flower, and in the spring it's still covered in black spot. But yeah, I might try and just clean up the soil, put all fresh mulch down over the winter, and give it one more year. Otherwise, it's out of here. And then this is my Olivia. She's not blooming right now, but super healthy. See how green she is? Yeah, she's one of my favorites. And then I have a Queen of Sweden back here. She's never been that healthy. You know, sometimes you just get a dud of a rose. But yeah, she's never bloomed very well. The leaves have always stayed kind of small and curled. I don't know. We'll see. Might have to replace her. Okay, let's walk back. So you can see all this. I've got a natural soil builder. I've got black cow. Oh yeah, so I've got mushroom compost. I've got black cow topsoil. Because I'm prepping for the winter. All right, so I have a Honda, and so when I drive by the places where I pick up my soil or look at all my mulch, because I know I'm going to winterize, and last year, come December, they didn't have the mulch, so every time I drive by Lowe's, which is by the interstate, I buy more mulch and soil conditioner, because based on my calculations, I will need about 80 bags total, and I can get 12. Okay, my phone overheated. Now it's about, I don't know, 6 hours later, but I was talking about my mulch. I can get 12 bags of mulch in my Honda Accord, and so if I do 6 or 7 trips between now and December when I need all the mulch, then yeah, I have all the mulch I need for all my roses. Okay, let's continue. I feel like roses here, but no David Austins, but a bunch of climbers. I still have not got my trellis up there, which I've had sitting on the floor since April, sitting on the ground, still in the box. Okay, oh, here's a David Austin. This is Princess Anne. It's a first year, so it has not been shaped. Look at these. Are these aphids? Oh, look at this. This is covered in aphids. I really don't come out here at all. Covered in aphids. I got just a couple of too long canes that I had to tie up. It's so funny because literally I have not had aphids on my roses really at all in the front, but they obviously are back here. Let's see. not David Austin. I don't have that many David Austins back here. Not David Austin. Nope, 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 nope. All right. I've got three here. All right, 4. This is my young Lycidas. A first year, it was really sad and took a long time to take off. So really this is the first time I'm getting like multiple blooms on it since I planted it last March. But I'm not too worried because next year it'll be great. So I know a lot of people want their David Austins to be amazing because they'll see people in like ideal climates that have, you know, amazing roses right away. But, you know, we just have to give that a little time. And then over here, this is a good rose for me, but like all my David Austins, lots of black spot, looking a little naked. This is my James L. Austin. I cut the biggest blooms off. I just entered my first Rose Society competition, and I won a couple of blue ribbons and a best in show with some of my James L. Austin. So I did cut a few of these blooms, and I got a blue ribbon in the David Austin category, and I put them in a basket, and I got best in show for roses, shrub roses in a basket. Okay, I can't walk without deadheading. Okay, and this, boy, look, I do need to come do something. These got thrips. I should get some Captain Jacks on here. I think the terrible thing is I was doing my dahlias this morning with spinosad, and I did not even look at this rose bush. But this is my Gabriel Oak. It's one that the rabbits were eating while it was small. It stayed below this chicken wire pretty much the whole spring until I put the chicken wire around it, so then the rabbits couldn't get at it. Same with that little red, oh, what one was that? Opening night. Yeah, these two would not grow because the rabbits kept eating them, but it will get bigger again. It'll be beautiful next spring. It's my Gabriel Oak, really pretty bright blooms, super excited about it. But again, getting a little bit of bullnosing. Well, actually, it could be bullnosing versus thrip damage because we have been going back and forth from hot to cold to hot again, and that can cause distorted blooms that look like thrip damage. Okay, is that all the David Austins? I'll just kind of show you a little bit. It's what I call my rose daycare, where I put small little roses till they get established because it's on irrigation, and then I'll move them where they need to go. Then I even have some that I've started in pots. These are my cuttings. Yes, I took some cuttings, started them in a small pot, but then they rooted, so then I moved them to this size pot and then put them on irrigation. And yeah, I'll have to baby them over the winter. I did just buy a cold frame. Look at this. Need to clean out this bed. Spent some time cleaning out these beds. Yep, here's my garden. We are working on our front porch this fall. And actually all these garden beds will be torn out. We're gonna have a whole new landscaping plan, which I have not seen yet from my designer, but yeah, so this is all gonna be changed. Like all those vegetable beds over there will be gone. And the best light back here is over by my compost pile, so I want that switched to beds. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not really sure what he has planned. He's done a lot of measurements. But that is my garden. Those are my David Austins. But I'm going to just show you this dahlia. Look at this dahlia. This is called Sierra Glow. Look how massive it is. My dahlias are about a month behind. And you can see where the water was flowing and just flooded out some of the dahlia tubers. Anyways, that again is my garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it, seeing my shrubs. Of course, most of them are not really big or blooming yet, but they will be. But I think sometimes it's interesting just to see how the shrubs grow the first and second year, so you can kind of see what to expect and know how big they may get. So as always, I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.